Hi guys. Hi everyone. So today I'm going to start a video about the Azure Function Apps. We'll start with the basic introduction and then we'll go through the coding. So let me start a new project from the Visual Studio Code, and you will see that we have to find out the function app here. So you will see that Azure functions are there. So let me select the function app, then let me add demo function app, or we can say function app demo. Next, I have to do or I have to select the type of the function app, like that is HTTP trigger app. So there are multiple options. You can see HTTP trigger, queue trigger, and bus trigger. So we'll go through all of these, but first start from the HTTP trigger. So I'm creating this in .NET 6 LTS version with HTTP trigger function app. So let me create the function app first. Then we'll go through the code, how it will display and how we can execute this. So let me create the project and see how it will be displayed. You can see here is the function. Function one is the default function. So you can give any function name here. That will be the URL. So when you execute or debug this one, run this project. So it will provide you a host URL with the function name. So all the functions will be displayed there uh, in the in the URL. So let me run this application, and then I will explain each and everything how it will execute your function app. So the HTTP trigger app can be called from any of the API, any of the project. You can trigger that from the URL itself, and it is independent entity on the server. So you can say this is the no coding or low code function app. So that is work as a separate entity on server. So it is just running now. So you will see there is the URL, and then we can hit that URL with get or post any of the method. So in get you can send the query string, and in post you can post the body. So you can see our application is running on a localhost 7082 API, and then functions are the functions whichever you create in your application, right? And the method can be get and post. It will behave on the basis of your request. So if you request with the get, or you can say with the query parameters, so it will work as a get method. Otherwise it will work as a post method. If you post the body, so it will read all the parameters. So 7182, it is already under your properties. If you go to the loan setting, so you will see the default port of this application. You can change the default port from here also. And if you go to the function app, so you will see that we have get and post methods. This is the root, and HTTP request. So this request, it, you can read everything under the request. So you can like deserialize the object with your class also, the body with the class, or you can create the dynamic data. So you can see it is reading the body, and also it is reading the query string. So for query string you can use request of query and with the parameters. So let me go through, first go through the postman. If you see here, so if you see here, let me go to the get method, then let me hit with the parameter name with Manoj. So you will see how it will work. 71220 and the URL is 7182. Let me change the URL of this as 7182. Okay, so it is hitting our function app, and if you see the request, under the request you can get the query string here. So if I read the query string, so you will see that it the name has the value, the Manoj is there, and if you check the request body, so there is nothing right now. There is no data. Uh, okay, so I posted Manoj also in the postman, so you can see the name is also there. So you can use any of the method with the functions. So function is triggered successfully. After this point you can add your like services, you can inject your services, and you can write your own logics whatever you want. But for now, this is the first step when you can like create a function, and you can uh, like check how the function will be used in your application and what is the purpose of that one. So that is from my side for this video. In the next video we will check the queue trigger and also check the function app, like how we can use the services under the function app. So uh, thank you friends for the next video. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.